Hey guys, Foxy the Pirate Gamer here. Today we're going to be reviewing Funko Action Figure number 1, Series 2, Nightmare Freddy. Now, as I said in my Funtime Foxy review, this is my last figure I managed to get a hold of currently. I mean, until I can get either Nightmare Bonnie or Golden Freddy, this is the last figure I will be reviewing for a short while, so yeah, and if you really look at it, Nightmare Freddy compared to Classic Freddy, it's just one is a modified version of the other, it looks like, so and what I don't understand, he's only got one Freddle, but in Freddy's 4, he's got 3 Freddles. You'd have to get three Freddles that look exactly the same, like a cut on the top of the head and cut on the side of the face. You'd have 3 of those, but you'd have 3 Nightmare Freddys and 3 Nightmarian legs. But like I said, and let's go ahead and get him open real quick so you can get a better look at him and discuss him a little more. This one actually came off a lot easier than Funtime Foxy's. Yep, piece of the box came off. Yeah, man, I love the brown on this. This looks so good. I love it how the sleeves just slide off. Here's the Nightmarian leg, which you could very well confuse with an arm. There's the right leg. The little bitty Freddle. I love the Freddle. Oop, my bad. I dropped him. There you go. Interesting. Forgot he had damage on the back of his head. There you go. There's that. I'm going to put him right there. And, boop. Nightmare Freddy. This is actually one of my favorite nightmares. Next to probably Nightmare Bonnie aesthetic-wise. I mean, I'm not hating on Nightmare Foxy, but he just doesn't look right. I mean, he's got a couple of things that are a little bit wrong with him, but, that's just how it is. Get this out to the side. I'm just going to put it with my other ones. Alright, I'm back. Now, I'm going to mention this right now, and I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. Now, I want to mention to you guys the ball joints for the elbows, at least on my Nightmare Freddy, they were rotated, like, in. One of them was facing, like, this arm was facing backwards, and this one was facing inwards, literally in the box, but the hands were oriented the correct way. Yeah, that's weird. And if you look at it, the hand is the exact same one as the one we got with Nightmare Foxy. Now you can go and look at my Nightmare Foxy figure review, and you'll see the similarity with just the hand piece. And I checked the forearms on both of them, and their damage is different. And something tells me when I get Nightmare Bonnie, the shoulders, elbows, left hand, waist, hips, shins, and right foot will be the same damage-wise. Then again, you never know. That's just me, though. I mean, I love the detail that Cawthon took to this figure. Now, this is the only one who actually has a smooth, tight head rotation. Granted, I know I accidentally deleted my Chica and Nightmare Chica reviews, so hopefully I will re-upload those again, hopefully, and they might be different, so just keep an eye out for that. I completely forgot about the damage on this side of the head here. I completely forgot about that. I love it how in the back of the ear there's no damage, but on the front it shows it. I love that. It's interesting. And also the lines on the eyes, like going up from the eyes, makes it just look that much more nightmarish, we'll say. Now this hand, I think the only one that's going to have the same hand as this, if it was this way, would be Nightmare Chica. Granted, I have her back there, and I'm comparing... What the heck? I'm comparing the left hand of Nightmare Freddy, and she has the same hand. That's weird. And I know you want to just save parts, but come on. Now, I think the waist on Nightmare Freddy is the same as Nightmare Bonnie, but then again, I couldn't tell you because I don't have Nightmare Bonnie right now, so... Now, it would be really cool if someone could take this guy and like do some changes to him and turn him into Nightmare Fredbear, but using like this aesthetic like that Scott Cawthon has used. And I kind of hope if there's anyone that can do it, I hope they make it with jaw articulation, because the Nightmares really need jaw articulation, but I think it was a little too much money on Scott's behalf, I guess. But now, like all the Nightmares, their waists do rotate. In terms of Freddy's case, though, his like locks in place, like in the front, right? I can't really turn it this way because of that piece hanging from the torso, but I rotate it about halfway. But on the other side, you can rotate it completely backwards. It doesn't lock into place though when you rotate it backwards, but when you rotate it forwards, it snaps in place. Granted, you can't hear it, but you can feel it in the joint. It's kind of weird. Now, from a lot of YouTubers I've seen review these figures, they are really hard to disassemble. I've seen it. It's really hard. Like the heads, I don't think the heads come off on these figures. I mean, if they do, you gotta really try to get them off. Granted, I'm really glad they don't come off as easily as the Series 1 figures. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Chica's head, you gotta really try to get that head off. You gotta really try. No joke. I mean, Nightmare Freddy, this is the one that has, like, kind of pays homage to the original figure, which I have right here. So, yeet. Now, other than, obviously, one is Nightmare and one is not, there really isn't much difference in between, like, their body, like their overall mold. Now, really, what looks like what Scott did is that he took like regular Freddy's head and kind of slimmed it down a little bit on the sides, made the snout a little smaller. The torso, instead of being, kind of roundish like how regular Freddy is, he kind of flattened it out and widened it at the shoulders, which I do like, and it helps giving them outwards or shoulder articulation. Versus, because the original FNAF guys, you couldn't do that because otherwise the arms would fall off. Sorry, Freddy. I'm going to put your arm back on. To put you back in show stage pose and put you back on the quote-unquote stage I have going on here. Now, hopefully I can build some kind of like stage, like maybe out of Lego or out of cardboard that all these figures can stand on. So, yeah. And I really like Nightmare Freddy. I mean, there's some people that really don't like him. I'm not sure why. I'm guessing because of his mold, I guess. Like his detail. Like he needs more detail, but I'm not complaining. The only thing he does need, though, there's one thing he does need. He needs, like, endoskeleton, like, silver paint. Oh, sorry, couldn't see that. You need endoskeleton to show through on the ear here and on the other side. And then the feet, definitely you need to paint the feet. I mean, if I could, I'd probably take like a magic marker or something and like shade in the area behind where the toe is, so that you can see a little more endo. Because with Nightmare Chica, there's endo showing through, and you can see it perfectly due to the paint. Now that's quite a bit enough of Nightmare Freddy, so I'm gonna go ahead and get him kind of ready to hold the Nightmare Freddle. Nightmare Freddle, yeah, that's a good one. And get him ready to hold the little Freddle, and hopefully he'll stand straight. Ah, got him. Let's take a look at our little freakish friend here. Now, I didn't really notice, like in the game, that the Freddles only had 3 fingers and 2 toes. I didn't really realize that until now. I mean, then again, in the game, they only show up for a split second, and then you flash them away with your flashlight, and they're gone. So, yeah, well, kind of wish with each Nightmare Freddy we get a different variant for the damage on the head, but, what can you do? When you mass produce these, you just make them all the same. So, yeah. And I'm not gonna put the leg on Nightmare on because you guys probably know how big it's gonna be right now. It's probably gonna be like a Nightmare Freddy and a half. It's gonna be like huge. I figured out the best way to get the Nightmare. I keep wanting to say Nightmare for some reason. The best way to get the Freddle to stick in Freddy's hand is like to get one of his fingers locked on the thumb. But it doesn't really work. See what I mean? Alright guys, I've been Foxy the Power Gamer, and this has been Nightmare Freddy. I will catch you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe.